good? It's Joseph for Run the Comics. Come at you with another haul. Haven't done one of these in a minute. You know I only do them really only maybe once a month. I'm gonna start doing some other things, which I know I keep saying that, but as the end of this year is kind of going through, I'm gonna really start picking up on some of the other videos, which I want to do really shorter videos rather than these longer haul videos. Kind of get into some of the art of the comics, because I'm the type of collector, and there's different type of comic collectors. I mainly collect for the stories and the art, which is the main reason why I got into comics in the first place. And now I'm starting to collect more for a lot of the artists that I'm really a fan of and really love their work. People like Art Germ or Dale Keown, or now new rising star Zoo. Really love their work, and other people who you'll see me talk about, Francis Manipool and others. A lot of dope artists that I really love, and a lot of dope writers. Definitely gotta give the writers some love for these comics. So I want to start doing something which really showcase their work, and I've done a few of those. I've done 3 artist spotlights so far, but I definitely want to do some more and do that on my IG. So check me out on my IG, Run the Comics, at Run the Comics on IG, and I'm gonna start doing more on there. But let's get into these books, show you what I've been getting over the last month. I have more books actually coming in, but I'm gonna just grab these right now because I don't want to wait till I get everything, because it's gonna be a while, especially some of the books from some of my online retailers, which they're kind of running slower now, especially because of the Christmas season about to come up. So, but before we get into the books, I'm a big pen collector, so I gotta give a shout out. You know, fig pens. I got a bunch of fig pens, and one of the recent ones I just got was the Stain from My Hero Academia. Yeah, the Stain right there. So I finally got that. It's been out for a while, but I finally picked that up. So that's really dope. And also, I have to give a shout out to Ink One on IG. I've been collecting his pens. I've shown you a few of his. There's a sticker for the Goonies. Got that Goon. And also from Akira, we have Tetsuo and Kaneda, and they're both wearing chains that have the other person's name, because he said the artist put that, Ink One put that, you know, in the actual movie, they're screaming each other's names out a bunch of times. When they start fighting, they start screaming each other's names, so they're wearing a chain that has each other's chain on it. So that's really dope for the chains for Akira. So those are really dope. But let's get into these books. These right here is from Things from Another World, which is the main place where I get my books from, that I pre-order from. So because of that, let's rock it. First we have Black Manta 1. So I can do it right. There we go, Black Manta 1. Interesting story about villain. Villain stories are becoming very popular now, even more so. But Black Manta, who's I actually like the character, and this is interesting about him and his story. Now, I'm gonna see where this goes. I think it's gonna be a limited series, but I'm gonna see how this ties in to the things which happened after Death Metal. So that's really dope. We have Black Cotton number 5 for Scout Comics. Really dope book about what would happen if roles were reversed. The black and white roles were reversed. So very interesting story, Black Cotton. One more issue, it's a 6th series issue for Scout Comics, really dope. This one's been selling out, which of course Black Mass White. This is issue number 2 for White, which talking about if black people had superpowers. So since they have superpowers, a lot of the people who are against them, who are white, they start developing more tech to battle them. So that's kind of interesting. And the main antagonist in the Black series is now the president. So that's kind of an ongoing thing. I haven't read this, but, or these, no, I read one of them. But Bad Idea, the comic studio trying to do new things, who they say is going to be their ending. These are their last books. So one of those is for Bad Idea, Pyrate Queen. So we got that, and also Monster Kill Squad, which I read. This one's about a team that go out to kill monsters at that clear backing board. So yeah, they run out to kill all these different types of monsters, and it's a specialized team to do that. So this is one of those crazy comics which I really like. Not all robots, number 2. Interesting. Robots are helping society, doing a lot of the work that humans are not doing, or stop doing, or save money. Robots, but now robots are having issues, and I think there's a story going on here about. It almost reminds me of that Will Smith movie. What was the name of that movie? It's a Will Smith movie. Maybe put the poster here if I can't remember the name. It was a Will Smith movie where he had to investigate a robot killing where they're not supposed to, and it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, but it's almost like the society and how humans see robots, and they become integrated into society. And yeah, but it's the thread that kind of leads all the books. It's been like a newscast, where it's a robot newscaster interviewing a human and like interviewing another robot and talking about what they think about the whole situation. So it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Nocterra number 6, really dope. This is the end of the arc, the first arc for Nocterra. A lot of revelations came through this, and Tony Daniel and Scott Snyder's done a great job with Nocterra. I see this as a character. This character has really got legs on it, and I think that they'll be able to use this character for a very long time with Image. For Boom Studios, got these 2. This is Eve, Victor LaValle's Eve, issue number 4 and 5, which comes to the conclusion of this story, which I guess this arc or of the story. I know Victor LaValle, he did another story that I was collecting, almost like he had a Frankenstein kind of storyline, and it was like 5 or 6 issues, and that was at the end of the story. It was a great story too. But this is the end of Eve, and I think this is the end. I don't think this is going to continue, but it could if they wanted to. The kind of how it ended on a positive note, but you can see it going further if they wanted to go. But very dope. Again, for Boom Studios, Good Luck, about the manifestation of luck and different gods, they call them. The god of good luck, they have bad luck. And you have these other entities, which they actually talk about in this book, which really can give legs. Even though this is a limited series, I think it only has 5-issue series. They're creating a world where they could broaden this if they want. And I think it was a pretty good story. I think it was a pretty good story. And here we go with these. Nice House on the Lake, DC's Black Label. And this is issue number 2. This is the second printing for issue number 2. Like how to have the page is like degrading, kind of like how your comics do. But this is actually just a print. And then we have House on Lake issue number 4. So really dope story, kind of a horror apocalyptic story. Kind of sad, truthfully, but I want to see how this goes, where they're going to take it to. Because some of these horror stories or apocalyptic stories, you try to see what is the conclusion, how is this going to end? It's going to end good, it's going to end bad, So I would like to see that. Bitter Roof Image, issue number 15, and then also the variant cover, issue number 15. Really dope. Collector Bitter Roof ever since issue number 1. Finally, one of the books which are very popular that actually have the first printing of everything. Unfortunately, I don't have that for all the books that's really spiking up now, but I do have the number for all of those. Here I have Department of Truth, issue number 12, the variant cover. I've been getting these B variant covers because I like the B variant covers most. So this is dope. For Dark Horse, which is in the world of the Black Hammer, the Unbelievable Unteens number 1. I got this just because I thought it was interesting for a first issue for this, about another group in the Black Hammer universe. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to check this out. Jeff Lemire, really dope. does dope work. That man, him and Scott Snyder, these guys just have stories in their heads, and to be able to just put all of these out at that level is just amazing. Boom Studios again, Eat the Rich, #1. Messed up book. There's a few books kind of like this, and this is the Jenny Frison variant for Eat the Rich #1. But there's other books that came out similar to this in a few years. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but the title kind of gives it away, but not really. It kind of gives it away. But it really is one of these things which we want to know how it got started. We want to know the history of this particular storyline. But oh, I forgot to bring out this for Eve. This is Eve #5. This is that variant cover for Eve #5. That was a beautiful variant cover. I forgot the artist who did this. This is really dope. It's Eve #5. And here we go with Geiger #6. This is the end of this first volume, the first arc. Love this story of Geiger. Another character, Jeff Johns character, Gary Frank art that I am really loving where it ended, and I would like to see more of this. They have a 80-page spectacular coming up soon, which I did pre-order. So I can't wait till that comes out, which kind of deals about some of the other characters in this universe that they created for Geiger. So I love it when they can create a universe and have other characters become just as meaningful and have just as much background as the main character. And then we have Radiant Black, Image Comics. We have issue #5. And we have issue #7, the variant cover. Cool. Now, we get into some indie books. I got these from Indie Planet. They have some pretty cool books on there. Some pretty good ones. They have a lot of, ones that are that look very amateurish. Most of them are amateurish, but they have some good ones on them if you can find them. We have this one from Delvin Howell and Tristan Roach called Offset. Heard about this one online on Instagram, and the guy's a great artist, and I thought this was a really interesting story to read. So, which is kind of based off of his roots in I think the Bahamas. So, interesting story right there. It's Offset. We have from Concrete Comics, we have the Akolyte. Concrete Comics have a lot of dope characters, and I've been seeing about them for a long time. So this is one of the characters called Akolyte that was on there. So I decided to grab that. This is issue #1. And my homie Mike Lancet for page 14. He have his Master of the Edge. This is chapter 5, issue #5. He's actually working on #6. He's a dope artist. He does everything. He writes and also illustrates and colors, everything for this book. And if you haven't checked him out, check him out. Indie Planet. That's INDY planet.com, and look for Master of the Edge. He has dope work. I met him at a Comic-Con years ago, and we kind of kept in touch on social media. And he's actually here in Atlanta, so I was able to chop it up with him a few times. So check that out, Master of the Edge. This is a new series that just popped out on Image, which I wasn't going to get, but let me get the first cover to just see how the story is. It kind of goes back in history. It's historical fiction, which goes about the animals that they launched in space. And it's called Primordial, another Jeff Lemire book. And this is actually a very good book. It's very interesting. I love the composition of the artwork that Andrea Sorrentino does on this. Very beautiful book, interior-wise, and a nice little surprise at the end. Talking about Bad Idea earlier, this is that promotional. I got this on Whatnot. If you don't have the Whatnot app, definitely try that out. Check that out. I've been ordering from Whatnot, and I've had very good experience on Whatnot app with buying comics. Basically, people who usually sell it on YouTube, since YouTube's been acting kind of weird, and those who some have sold their comics in IG or even on Facebook. Whatnot is a good app because they kind of handle a lot of the shipping type of issues, shipping things, and it's basically just sell your comics and they kind of do some of the other things. So it's really dope. But I got the Bad Idea 2021 promotional, which they put out, so I was able to get that. We have Department of Truth. I was able to get this one. I think I got this on Whatnot also. Issue number 1 is that Jenny Frison cover, which I didn't get it when it first came out, but I was able to get it. Really beautiful cover, really dope. Got a lot of Jenny Frison work. This is that Superman Son of Kal-El number 1 is that homage cover. That was a very good first issue. I'm not liking the direction of Superman. I'm just gonna say this real quick because I know the controversy on Superman, the new Superman, and that him being bisexual. Yes, they're making John Kent bisexual. Comic creators can do what they want to do. They could create whatever worlds they want to create. They can create their characters to be whatever they want to be. I have no problem with that. I do have problems when established characters or characters they have established a certain way, they want to try to change because they want to fit in the mode of the culture in general. And I know we try to live in a very inclusive society where everybody can be what you want to be. They can be what you want to be. Me being a Christian, I have and being a comic collector for over 40 years. I know I look young, but I've been collecting since I was a kid, so it's over 40 years, so I'm about to be 50 in another 2 years. I love the traditional look at family, especially when it's talking about Superman and how Superman, I think it's the volume 6, the volume which really got me back in, a lot of people back into buying Superman, is when they had his son there. Him and Lois Lane had a family, and we were going through those family issues and dealing with things with the superpowers, and also they had a grandfather pop in. But this is before they aged him. He had, he was a normal kid, and I just don't like how they sometimes switch the narrative or how they changing things, and it's not really representative of our country and our culture. And like I said, I really didn't like the idea of him being bisexual, how they're making him bisexual when you look at the early things he had. Affections for women. Now he's supposed to have an affection for men. Some people even try to say that him and Robin had some type of whatever. They did not. They were just very good friends. But I think this may be the last Superman book I buy for this character. Because I don't like how they change it. So I have my money is going to pay for some books. I'm paying for books which I like, and books which I continue to purchase will be books which I believe in the characters. And like I said, it's not the issue of him being gay. I don't like how it being him changing him, because there are some characters that have been gays throughout their history. If you look at in Alpha Flight, that was like one of the first gay characters was in Alpha Flight from back in the day. And you had other characters, but then some characters like they just try to fit that person to being something. Like Lobo's daughter, I really didn't. They made her lesbian. I'm like, yes, she was a strong character. Doesn't mean that she ended up just becoming lesbian. That kind of, it's kind of weird to me. So I may talk about that. I may do another blog on that. But that's just something which kind of rubbed me at that time. I don't hate it. You do what they want to do. But I will buy what I want to buy too. So here we go with another character, Dream Fury Comics, independent comics. First saw them on IG, which is Newton Lilavoie and Giancarlo Bernal, who does the illustration. Dope illustrator. I like this story, time taking place in Louisiana. I think that's maybe where Newton is from. But it's called Crescent City Monsters, and I got the entire 4-book run, which I think they're working on the 5th book now. But issue number 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's really dope story about this character who basically is deals with magic, and yet he get displaced. And you know, we read the story to find out what I mean by that. And he's a little bit different now. But that's very interesting. So it's a really dope story. Support Dream Fury Comics, another independent comic. Black Panther 166. This is that variant, that drawing, the Black Panther variant, which is kind of funny if you look at how to draw and get to this. Is like, but really dope. Didn't have this from I think it was volume 6. So I was able to pick that up. He Who Fights with Monsters #1 for Ablaze Comics. Heard about this, so let me check it out. There's a lot of monster books coming out. So I thought that was really dope to get that. Here we have Ultramega #1, that black virgin variant, black and white. Really love this story, really dope story. I really love this story. Thick book, does a lot of story. I need to see more of that. Especially the new characters, the new kaiju killer, I want to say that. Here's the Green Lantern Annual #2. It's the Bloodlines Outbreak storyline. Don't mean Green Lantern, trying to get all my Green Lanterns. So I'm gonna keep on the Green Lanterns. We have 165. And we have 180 for Green Lantern. Dope. This story here, I couldn't find this book, but then it finally came out in places. But By the Horns for Scout Comics, another Scout Comics book which I love, about a character whose husband was killed by unicorns, so she has like vengeance on him, but she's starting to work with him because there's some other issues going on in her world. So this is very dope story by Scout Comics that was actually just going to be I think a 6 or 7 issue storyline, I think a 7-issue story, a limited series, but because of the popularity of the comics, now it's an ongoing series. I love when I hear that. Speaking of John Kent and Damian Wayne, Super Sons #1, but this is the gold foil cover. I love that. Yes, I have issue #1 of the number of issue #1s for Super Sons. One of my favorite young teams. I'm glad they're doing like the adventures and the challenges of the Super Sons. This was such a great book. Really great book when the DC Rebirth came out. It's the son of Batman and Superman. I love that book. And I'm gonna throw this one out here too. I've got another one of these. I thought I didn't have this, but this is actually another one. Super Sons #1. It's that Dustin Wynn variant. So I have another one of these. I have this on another pile, but I'm about Super Sons. I'm about to throw this out too, so I grabbed that one on Whatnot app actually. Continuing on, here's Justice League #21 from the New 52, Shazam and Black Adam. Really dope. We have the Wildstorm Winter Special. This one is a Michael Turner cover. That was the main reason why I got this. I love Michael Turner's art. And this was a winter special for him. You know, it's not the best condition, but it is a Michael Turner cover. Dope artist. I have another one of these, Green Lantern Rebirth #2. That little black and white with spot color green. Really dope. Oh man, I'm getting all these books. It's Sinestro. This is the variant cover for issue. What issue is this? Look up real quick. It is that movie cover issue when all the Green Lanterns were doing the movie cover variants. This is issue number 11. Really dope. Sinestro issue number 11 variant. Trying to collect all the Sinestro books. I'll collect all Green Lantern books and Green Lantern universe books. Glad I got this one. This is Black Panther number 4. This is that Dark Reign with that Shuri cover. That is really dope. Been wanting to get this for a while. Finally able to get it. Dope, dope, dope. Here we have Once and Future. I think this is number 20. Yep, number 20 Virgin variant. One of the modern stories going out now. One of my favorite stories going out right now. Story and also artwork. Artwork by Dan Mora. Oh man. And Kieran Gillen, or was it Tinian? It's either Kieran Gillen or Kieran Gillen is the writer of that. Really dope. So love this story. British folklore coming to life. This was kind of a rough shape book. I may have to try and clean it, but for the price I got it. I just went ahead and got this. X-Men number 7 is that Wolverine and Omega Red cover. It's kind of rough. It's mainly rough because of the cover. There's no spine 6, but in the X-Men, the white is kind of dirty in there. So I'm gonna see if I can clean that. Really dope to get that. Get some Rob Liefeld love. This is I think they threw this in one of my books. This is Major X number 1. This is the variant, the uncovered Major X, him without his mask. So, dude is you may not like his art style, but he is one of the architects of image. So you gotta give him his props for that. I was able to get these at my shop. I forgot about when Batman Day came out. I wasn't able to get out, so I was able to get these free books. Here's the 0 Point Fortnite book, the freebie for Batman Day. Got a couple of those. Here's Batman the World, which I've been hearing some good things about. Number 1, got a couple of those. Batman the World, where he goes to different countries or something like that. And Batman Night Watch, number 1 for the Batman Day. Got a couple of those too. Dope. Speaking of Once and Future, here's the regular cover of Once and Future, number 20. Dope story. I tell you, if you don't have that, you gotta check it out. And then here's the black and white Virgin variant of number 20. So definitely get that book. That is really a dope series, and I am really collecting heavy on that. It may not be getting a lot of the love that Something is Killing the Children or some of these other stories that's coming out for Boom is getting on Stray Dogs, but I think this one has some real good legs on it. The stories that's about to break out from this, because it is taking place in the UK, in England specifically, but I think it's going to be able to break out, especially when it's dealing with stories coming to life. That's really interesting. Here we have We Live number 4, another big breakout hit for Aftershock Comics. Really happy for Aftershock Comics for this story, because this story is very big and it's an awesome story. It went 5 issues and you're going to continue on with the story. You had a free comic book day book for it, and really it's getting lots of love for this story about We Live. Really dope, really dope. And coming back to Ultimate Fallout, 2 more. Told you I had some more of these. Now this book, got this from Torpedo Comics on Whatnot app, and this is a beautiful book. It's one of these old school books. I think it's I don't know if it's it's either a 60s or 70s book. I gotta look again about when this book doesn't have the date on here. This has October, but it's a 26 books. DC Adventure Comics, and Adventure Comics presents Black Orchid. That's beautiful. It's a mid-grade book, but really dope. I just thought it was a beautiful book. And I got another one. He's Spawn 311, the Chadwick Boseman homage by Todd McFarlane. Really dope. Had to get another one of those. And had to get another one of these Something's Killing the Children, issue number 12. So it's another copy of that. And I have another copy of issue number 16. really good. Immortal Hulk, issue number 18, variant cover. Don't have this, I just have the, I think the A cover, but this is the one with, you know, red She-Hulk became Harpy, Red Harpy, something like that. So, really dope. And this book really, I'm happy to get this because it completes my trifecta of Amazing Spider-Man Patrick Gleason covers. So I have them all now. I have the black with the white. Well, no, I don't have them all. There's the white cover with the black outline. I don't have that one, but I do have all the black cover books. One black and white, black and red, and black and blue. So I have all of those. Those are the main ones I really wanted to get. So really excited about that. Here is a book which I think they threw in on one of my orders. This is Silk issue number 1, Virgin variant cover. It was a beautiful book. Jay Anacleto, dope artist. There's a Ryan Brown is a dope artist. And here is the current season. I don't want to say current season, but the current issues of Black Cat. This is issue number 1. It's a variant cover that Ryan Brown covered. Really dope. Got Felicia looking all good on there. I got some Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur books. Here we have issue number 11. Really dope. And issue number 12. Really dope to get those, as Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is really heating up. Speaking of Nice House on the Lake, this is issue number 1, and this is the 3rd printing. Another one of those 3rd printings. I really hope to do a 4th printing. So you can see the book even more degraded, but you can see something, the words under there. So that's really dope. Some more old school. Here is from, this is from 1975. Black Panther issue number 11. It's the newsstand edition. Really dope to get this. Love old books. They don't have to be in perfect 9/8 condition. Just, you know, put them in a nice bag and with a board really makes it pop. So really dope. I have another one of these. This is Naomi, issue number 5. If you saw that DC Fandom, Naomi's gonna get a series coming next year. I think it's gonna be on HBO Max, I think. But kind of whenever I can get one cheap or inexpensive, I can. So I think this is the first cover appearance of her suit, her outfit. So it's really dope. It's dope that she's getting her own book. This book I didn't really mean to get it. One of those orders, you know, you order something, you say, oh man, I already have that book. But it's a dope cover. Immortal Hulk, issue number 26, with the Hulk team on the cover. Really dope. And here I have another one of these. Batman Black and White, issue number 3. The first cover appearance of this character. I forgot her name. It was really dope. Sketch cover. Here we have some Fantastic Four books. First we have Fantastic Four number 1 with Johnny Storm on there. All I'm missing is his sister, Invisible Woman, to have all 4 of the Art Germ covers with the Fantastic Four characters. So that's dope. And then another Art Germ cover is issue number 25, variant with Dr. Doom. Dope. This one right here, this is Vampirella issue number 4, Virgin variant cover. This is a beautiful cover. Busting out like a Superman pose out the phone booth, but you don't have no phone booths anymore. So really dope. Going back to Eve issue number 2. This is the, I think it's the 2nd printing of the issue number 2. In black and white, with spot red. Ultramega again, Ultramega number 1. This is the blank cover, had to get that. That was dope. I need to get these. This is that Inyuk Lee's covers for Flash Forward. This is number 5. I think I'm missing just 2 more of these issues. I think I'm missing like 3 and 4 or something like that. So I got issue number 5. It's dope. Had a Justice League Odyssey issue number 3. I've been kind of collecting these. I have issue number 1 and now I have issue number 3. I don't know if I'm gonna collect the whole run, but hopefully I'll understand the story a little bit more. But I'm not gonna get the whole run though. And then we have Aquaman issue number 31, that Joshua Middleton cover. I'm trying to get all the Joshua Middleton covers for Aquaman. I love all those. So I only have a few more left to get. Next, the Thanos Imperative Ignition one-shot. There was 2 of these. There was Ignition and there was another one. I forgot what the other one's called. That's really dope. I forgot who the artist was for this cover. That's the dope cover of Thanos. Dope. Showed you We Live before. This is We Live issue number 1. This is the 2nd printing. I have the 3rd printing, 2nd printing. I'm just missing that 1st printing. Look at that. Dope. Actually, I have the 2nd. This is the 2nd. I have the 3rd and 4th printing of issue number 1. Wraparound covers. Dope. This book I've been wanting for a long time. I'm finally able to get it. Like I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite artists is Dale Keown. And this is his Incredible Hulk, issue number 377. That pink and green, my wife is an AK, pink and green cover. Dope, dope, dope. I am happy to get this joint right here. Been wanting to get this for a long time. And I finally got it. Cool. Another Black Panther, issue number 5 for Black Panther. I'll continue to collect this run here. And I got some more Hulk books, but these are kind of old school. I've been slowly but surely getting some older books. The Bronze Age and trickling some into the Silver Age, but I've been getting a lot of Bronze Age books. And which one's first? Which one's first? This one. I mainly ordered this one, and I ordered both of these on Whatnot app. The Incredible Hulk, and this one is a actually newsstand. Incredible Hulk issue number 206. A man brute berserk. Dope. And issue number 266. So that's really dope. Some more oldie schooly books. Big up to Big Cat Lion on his YouTube. He's part of the New York Warriors. If you see the New York Warrior videos, check them out. Support them on YouTube and also on IG. That whole crew of guys who are comic collectors. He's a part of them. Big Cat Lion. And I got 2 books from him. This one, Man Called Nova, is my first. No, it's not my first Nova. I have one of more recent Nova books, which was done by, I don't know if it was Martina, no, Adi Granov cover. But this is the I think this is the first volume. It's the 35-cent book, and this is issue number 24 for Nova. Dope. But this book right here, when DC Deceased came out, I loved that story. All of the other ones that came after that. It was a very heartbreaking, it was triumphant. It was just so many emotions reading that. And I know Marvel has their Marvel Zombies, and they got even more popular with the Marvel Zombies after the What If. But DC Deceased, the way they did these characters, the characters that lived, the characters that died, not only the superheroes, but the villains too, and them trying to team up to work together. This is just an awesome story. But I found that he sold this one. It's Deceased number 1, but it is the gold foil cover for Deceased number 1 with Batman fighting the zombies. Or should I say those affected by that anti-life equation. Really dope. This is a book I've been kind of picking up. I actually like this character for Valiant. Exo Man of War. This is an homage cover. I forgot which is who it's for Iron Man. But this is Exo Man of War number 4. Really dope. An Iron Man homage. And I got this one and the next book's actually from Unknown Comics. And I had to wait because, like I said, a lot of delays going on. There's some books which I ordered even back in July which haven't gotten here because those books haven't come out yet. So Darkhawk #1, the new series, really dope. This is another homage cover. This Mercado did this, really dope, with Darkhawk and Ghost Rider. Here's that Eve again, Eve issue number 2. I think it's issue number 2 or 3. Dan Mora illustrated cover, but this is the 1 in 10 or 10 copy variant, which is a Virgin variant cover. Love that. Another story I love coming out of Boom Studios is Basilisk. It's issue number 1 Virgin variant. It's a dope cover. They have others like this with the little colored background, the little like pattern behind it, but I like the issue number one better than the others. So really dope. Here we have 7 Secrets issue number 10, Virgin variant wraparound. That is dope. And wrap that joint around. Look at that. Sheesh. Get your clear backing boards. Really dope. I've been wanting this book for a while, and I'm glad I finally got it. Man, mentioned Joshua Middleton before. He's one of my favorite artists. This is his Dark Knights Death Metal issue number, what is it? 5? Issue number 5. Joshua Middleton cover of Wonder Woman. I've been wanting this book for a long time. Finally was able to get it. Big up to Unknown Comics, especially when they had their deals like buy 3 get 3 free or buy 2 get 1 free. Check out Unknown Comics. Man, so I got the Virgin variant. We could have got the trade, but I got the Virgin variant because just look good. Just look good. And the last of this haul, I want to spend a little time to give a shout out to Debebe, who's an Ethiopian writer. He did a Kickstarter for his Itan Comics, and I think he's actually based out of Texas, but he's from Ethiopia, and he's creating heroes based off of based off his country in Ethiopia, and it's really dope. And I got this, which was the first book he put out, which is a hardcover. Collects I think it collects the whole series. No, it collects 1 through 4, which I think is his title is at right now. His title called Jimber, Becoming Somebody. It's the hardcover for Jimber. And was able to get this. He added some extra pages to it, and he got a bookmark. So that's really dope. And just looking at, we had to wait a little while because it had to be shipped overseas and had some shipping issues. Beautiful looking book, but so proud of him for this book. Jimber, you still get it. I think they're on his website. I think it's Etan Comics 1. And also, with that, I got the first issue of number 1 of Jimber. Number 1, got 2 of those. Pretty dope. Also got a bunch of digital comics. And not only did I get Jimber, but another one of his characters, which I read issue number 1 of this, which is just an awesome story. Young girl coming to powers which she did not know she had acquired. Howie, number 1, and then also issue number 2. And he has a new series coming out called Zufan, number 1. It's on Kickstarter now. Already past his goal. So, and those going to be, I think that it's actually ending very soon because he actually want to get those shipped out before Christmas. So I'm happy about that. Happy for him for those. So that is my haul. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you saw some books which you'll go out and get that you'll want to check out. And definitely check in the comments. Let me know what you've been picking. I know he's a little behind, But you know, when they're dope comics, they're dope comics. Whether they just came out or whether it's a year ago, 10 years ago, you know, some of these classic comics from back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So collect how you want, collect what you want, because your dollars is going to support the comics that you're into, the stories you're into, the characters you're into. What I talked about earlier about Superman, my money is going to go to stuff which I'm into and that I feel that I support. And that's for you to do. That's something only that you can come up with, not no one else. And but I hope you enjoyed what you saw. And I'm gonna continue collecting. Don't hate no artist. Don't hate no writer. Don't hate no comic book company. But I do support those that produce the stories which really connect with me. And I hope you collect the stories and comics that connect with you. So for Run the Comics, it's Joseph Banks. I'm out. Grace and peace.